So please forgive me. I had to use the bathroom bad. Like, it is me locking my door. I had to use the bathroom bad. Run into Planet Fitness bathroom so we can smoke. I want to smoke. I'm I'm not in the mood to do anything like right now. I don't want to do it, people, all that stuff. And there's a bunch of fucking people in Planet Fitness. It's fucking freezing and it's fucking cold, dude. Fuck. Starting on my car. I slept out here. It's my car all day. It's been sitting all day out here since this morning. Yeah, a quarter tank of gas, which I shouldn't be starting the car, but it is what it is. I'm gonna stay the night at my brother's house tonight. Try to figure something out from the morning. I didn't want to deal with people today. Or yesterday. The last 2 days, I needed time to myself. People suck the life out of you, man. They will. They'll suck the energy right the fuck out of you. But it's time to smoke and read the Bible. That's what time it is. I've been saving this. We got the biggest bud and 2 little buds. I got 2 roaches too. Forgot about those. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna break up these roaches. Break up those 2 little buds. Save the big bud for tonight or tomorrow morning. Probably tomorrow. Because I ain't got no money. I noticed my storage unit tried calling me today. Which, I checked my account. They didn't hit my account. I don't know why they would have called me other than to ask me when I'm going to have the money. But I also noticed too that my phone got a text message and email saying that my storage unit, the price was adjusted or something. I think that lady at the storage unit knows I'm having issues and stuff, is looking out for me or something. This car quiets down once it warms up. You hear it vibrating. It'll quiet down, stop vibrating. Which tells you that thin oil, it takes a minute for that oil to move around this motor. I can't wait to smoke. I've been smoking that damn cartridge. There goes the screen freezing up. I've been smoking this damn cartridge. I haven't really been smoking the bud. Turn this heat on. Sorry if you can't hear me for a minute, but I gotta have some heat for a second. It's getting cold, man, fast. I think I'm gonna bring out the Nimball everything tonight. People are gonna be watching me like, what the fuck? I'm just gonna put the phone on the stand. That way, you guys can get decent footage of me and my stretching, whatnot. It's different stuff. We're not doing anything specific necessarily. Nor am I training you in anything that is. Everything I'm doing is kind of just freelancing. I'm just randomly, stretching. You know, when you stretch, you can stretch any way you want to stretch, man. What I'm doing, you can do it any way you want to do it. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to show people is you don't have to listen to all of these different things and think that you're not going to get fit or whatever because you're not doing a certain position or whatnot. Honestly, all I'm doing this right now is fitness, is to get in shape, is to be healthy. For strength, I'm showing everybody you can do this. It's not hard. You don't have to go to the gym and lift a fucking shitload of weight and fucking run fucking for an hour and all this other shit to get fit. You don't have to do none of that. And this is what I'm going to be showing everybody, that my body looks the way it does because of time, effort, but most of it is just stretching. Cannot wait to smoke. I can feel the heat now. It's starting to feel nice. We're going to light this end. The end I'm closing so we don't fall out. I'm going to take my keys out of the ignition, turn off the car. It's warm enough now. And there's oil around the motor. Alright, now we put something in the end to keep it from closing. Still a little bit of weed in there, about a bowl. I still got my big bud left. I'm gonna tear a piece of cardboard. You tear it like this. Boom. Like that. Get a little rectangle. And you just roll it. You gotta keep it from popping open though, till you get it in there. Once you get it in there, what I like to do, take a key or something pointy, put in that cardboard and kind of turn the cardboard a little bit to open it up. So that cardboard will pop open and then we'll hold the tip open. See? That's how it's done, man. Promise you, that's how you roll a joint. That's how you're gonna get a nice joint. It's gonna burn nice, evenly or whatnot. You're gonna get some nice hits out of it. Get toasted, which we're about to get toasted. Fuck yeah, dude. I need it. After all the fucking stress and people, man. I'm not stressed out. Like, I'm not worried about my life and whatnot, what I'm doing. I'm not, nothing like that. I'm not, oh my God, I don't have a house or nothing. I know where I'm going. I know I'm going to have a fucking, I know where I'm going. I have money put up. It's not that I know I could go get a full-time job, working full-time, making $100,000 a year. I know I can go do that, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather be in my car doing these videos, living on nothing, than deal with what it is that I just dealt with the other day, that everyone just seen on video. I can't do it no more. And it's everywhere you go. That's why I want my own work environment would not be like that. You would not work for me. I would have never hired her in the first place. Not that I would never hire her ever. It's just I'm looking for people that are already doing something, that are trying to do something that are doing stuff. It won't be long till this YouTube takes off. It won't be. People are just now getting used to my face. People are just now wondering who I am. You know what I mean? People gotta get used to you. People are expecting the people to fall off. That's what it is. Got over 100,000 views, right? Only 170 subscriptions. It tells you where people's hearts are. People will say that tell you, oh, that tells you how shitty your content is. No. Because my content is the best content there is out there. Because it ain't fake. The stuff I talk about, the stuff that I teach, the stuff that is being viewed is probably one of the most important things there is to be spoken about. It is the most important thing to be spoken about. It's Jesus. Nothing's more important than Jesus. So therefore, my YouTube's most important. It's a joke. But it does put me up there. But it also shows you that what I'm up against. It's really good weed, man. I see why they call it Grateful Breath. It's a really good, smooth buzz. And it's easy on the lungs. It tastes good. If you could call marijuana light, this would be your light kind of weed. Like, you know how like that those angel airs that are those angel wings, how I told you they're light? That's what this is. It's not rich at all. It's very, very airy. Best way to describe it. The light and airy. It's got me. It's a good buzz. Which I went into the dispensary to get that cart yesterday. And it was funny because there was a couple old timers in there. The old couple from, they were out of state. They were from like Colorado or something. They were up here on vacation. And they weren't from Colorado. They were from another state that was like, didn't have marijuana, but they were from out west. You could tell. And they were the cutest couple ever. And they were so happy. Like you should have seen their faces. How happy they were to be able to get some marijuana legally for themselves. They were like, we can't believe this is happening. This is amazing. You know, like, they were so happy. And you could tell, like, they're about to go out, you know, on vacation, enjoy themselves, you know, and have a good time. And see, the joint's starting to come apart. These raw papers, man, I love them. But holy fuck, they don't stick after a minute. Good thing about banging this whole thing. Haven't done that in a while. I used to do that with blunts all the time. Alright. Back to Luke the Duke. Alright, chapter 8. We read chapter 8. Yeah, so we read, you know, the lamp under a jar. How, you know, nothing is going to be, everything that is done is going to be, nothing's going to be hidden. Everything is going to come to light. All darkness is going to come to light. But also, Jesus also meant another thing by a lamp under a jar. He said, no one after lighting a lamp covers it with a jar, puts it under a bed, but puts it on a stand, so that those who enter may see the light. For nothing is hidden that will not be manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be come to light. So he also means another meaning by this. No one after lighting a lamp covers it with a jar, puts it under a bed. What he's meaning is, I've told everyone how I lost that fire, that child, that I hated the world, man. Listen, I hated people. I hated the world and everything in it. I wanted to destroy the world. I still do. When Jesus comes into your life and you're born of the Spirit, right? He's saying that the jar, the light, when you're born of that light, that fire, that jar doesn't get put under the bed, or it gets put on top of the table for everyone to see. It gets put, that light is being used for everyone to get around, That's what he's saying. He's saying that everyone that is born of the Spirit, he puts them on display. God puts them on display for everyone to see, so that they may see the light. So they may see his light. So here it is, right? Me asking Jesus to come into my life, not really realizing that he's about to fucking put my life out on the open for everyone. So be careful what it is you do, because as soon as you ask Jesus to come in your life and you fall in love with him, you're going to be put out in the open. He's going to expose your light because he wants your light to be seen. He wants people out of darkness. So he puts that lampstand on the table for everyone to be able to eat at night. And that's exactly what he has done. And that's exactly what he will do with you. So watch what it is you're doing. There's many meanings to that, because if he puts you on a table for everyone to see, find their way, not only to eat, they're going to be talking about you. They're going to be witnessing of you, of what it is you're saying, what it is you're doing. So you must act, you must walk in a way that shines light and glorifies God. And that's very tough to do, especially when you have evil attacking you from every which way, all directions. And he'll come at you from all directions. Through people, through physical things. He'll try to kill you in car accidents, all types of stuff. He's trying to get me in car accidents, all types of stuff, man. He'll try to get you worked up, all that stuff. That's what he does. He'll use people around you. That's what he used Stephanie. He entered Stephanie. Stephanie gave into that temptation of the evil that was spirit in the air. Why do you think everyone was suppressed inside of Jimmy John's? And because I provoked it, because I pointed out the evil one in her, she didn't like it. And she gave into it. You can see it clearly on the video. Her coming after me, there's no conscience thinking at all. She's completely taken over by a spirit. As soon as you give into that temptation, you give into his spirit. He has control of you. You gotta be careful, man. That's why I don't. That's why I watch what I do. That's why I spend so much time alone. Because I know what it is I'm capable of. I know what it is people are capable of. And I know that people lie. It won't take very much for someone to lie and put me in prison. Especially if it's a female. I've seen it time and time again in prison. Many people, many men are doing bunch of time for women lying. And they have no problem with it. These women have no problem that these men are doing 10-something years. And they didn't do what it is that they're saying that these men did. It's fucked up. And this all started because of the evil one. All because Lucifer stood up against God and said, no, I want to be glorified. No, I want people to worship me. And your law sucks. The law can be changed. There is a better law, which there is no such thing. There's only one law, and that's God's law, and it doesn't change. It's eternal, and it stays the same. This is why we're in this position. That's why I say read the Bible. And then you would understand who it is you are, what it is you're supposed to be doing, and why. Therefore, you won't be sitting around fucking looking retarded, fretting about your stupid ass fucking life. Because if you read the Bible, it's hilarious. All these people trying to get success and fame and all this other stuff. I really don't want it. Because I know what it brings. brings a bunch of bullshit people into your life. The Bible tells you it's the same thing happens over and over and over again. All these people, they want fame, the glory, all this stuff. They conquer the earth. They become a king. They get all these cars, all this money. For what? What does it do to them? They think that that's what makes them happy because that's what happiness is or success. It's none of it. None of that is gonna, you're still gonna be the same as you were the day before you started. Even with all the meditation, all the yoga. Listen, I know how to get the crystals up and down. I know what it feels like to be enlightened. I do it on a daily basis. I work my body out to the point of exhaustion to where I can actually be purified. I fast. I do all these things. None of these things have healed my heart. There was only one that did it. And that was Jesus. And that was simply falling in love with the one I cannot see. You can't see Jesus. That's why he says in the Beatitudes, it says, "Blessed for those who love me that have not seen me, for the kingdom is theirs." Let me read. Jesus' mother and brothers, we read that. It says, Jesus calms a storm. One day he got into a boat with his disciples and said to them, "Let us across to the other side of the lake." So they set out. And they sailed, he fell asleep. And as they were sailing, he fell asleep. So here's the rest of the guys, they're sailing, they're on the boat sailing, rowing and whatnot. They're sailing and fucking and Jesus is sleeping. They're sailing, right? At nighttime too. And it says, and a warm storm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water and were in danger. So here's the boat about to sink, the boat. It isn't about to sink. It's filling up with water. They're frightened, right? Because of the storm, right? So they woke Jesus up. It says, and they woke him saying, "Master, Master, we are perishing, we're dying." He awoke and rebuked the wind and the raging waves, and they ceased. That's crazy. God stood up in human form, pointed at the fucking water and said, "Stop." And it stopped. He rebuked the wind and the raging waves. He stopped the wind and the waves. Just stop. Crazy. This reminds me of a picture. I took Margarita to Silver Lake Sand Dunes, right? Proposed to her. It was crazy because it wasn't a windy day that day at all. And it was a hot day. I found that log. If you go on my Facebook, you see a picture of her hair blowing in the wind. She has her hand like this, and her hair is like fully up, like standing straight up. She has really, really long, beautiful hair, and it's flying in the wind. It's the most beautiful picture I've ever seen in my entire life of a woman. My woman. The woman of my dreams. The wind kicked up. As soon as I took that picture. I went to go take it. I was talking to God like that day. Like thanking him like for such a beautiful woman, and like there's no way that I could have such, there's no way, like thank you, And here it is, the fucking wind kicking up. Like, blowing her hair like that. People don't understand what it takes to make those videos for those fucking shampoo commercials. For the girls, those Pantene Pro V shit, the green screens, they have fans, all that stuff. It takes hours and hours and hours to get footage of hair flowing in the air like that. And here it is. I got a photo of her like that, out in the natural open. No green screen, nothing, just straight natural world. Jesus, man, God, man. Even Margarita, when she seen the photo, she was like, what the fuck? She couldn't believe her eyes. She couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Just like she couldn't believe all the Starbucks I was getting, all the free stuff, all the... Listen, man, she got free Victoria's Secret. You hear me? That's how God good. That's how good God is to me. And I don't understand why. I've asked him, why are you doing this? He always tells me it's for me to do. It's not for you to ask. That's what he says. He tells you it's not for you to understand. Yes, sir. I don't understand it. Why me? There's many people. There's many people that don't understand it. You can hear it in their music. Alright. It says, take care then how you hear, for one who hear more, blah 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 verses. So Jesus' mother worried about that. So Jesus Calm Storm, we're gonna read that one, which we did. He stopped the storm, man. The fucking earth obeyed him. That's insane. It says Jesus heals a man with a demon. Then they sailed to the country of the Gerasenes, which is opposite of Galilee. So, they went to the other side. When Jesus had stepped out on land, there met him a man from the city who had demons. For a long time he had worn no clothes, and he had not lived in the house, but among the tombs. So here's this guy possessed of some type of spirit, evil spirit. He's been running around the fucking woods naked, sleeping in the tombs where all the dead people were. They've been burying people and whatnot. And this man, it's saying that this man saw Jesus. It says, when he saw Jesus, he cried out and fell down before him and said with a loud voice, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, do not torment me." For it says, for he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. So this guy, Luke, is witnessing, saying that soon as Jesus seen this man, Jesus commanded this man to stop doing what it is he's doing. He told the spirit, he taught this man to behave. He cleared this man's conscience. He was able to heal this man's conscience. It says, for many a time it had seized this man. It says he was kept under guard and bound in chains and shackles. This man was bound in chains and shackles. They cuffed this man up because he was so fucking fierce and so fucking strong. It says he was kept under guard and bound with chains and shackles, but he would break the bonds and be driven by the demon into the desert. I've been like that. I wanted to be like that the last 2 days after fucking everything that happened at Jimmy John's. You could have shackled out. Listen, I want to go on a warpath. That's how I feel. If it wasn't for Jesus, I would be out in the desert right now, just like this man. You'd have to tie me the fuck down. That's how I feel. Here's Jesus healing this man. I wonder what he'd been through. I wonder what this guy had been through. This guy's seen some shit. For this guy to be that upset, that furious under the evil spirit, where they had to tie him down, chain him down into a cave, and he was breaking the fucking chains off. I fucking kill him. That's intense. And here is Jesus just walking in there, telling this man to stop. Everything's gonna be okay. Commanding this man, telling this man to do something, and this man does it. And it just said that this man has been bound by chains and shackles for years. And he would break the bonds and be driven by this demon. No one would even go around him. Let alone it would take a bunch of people to tie him down and fucking shackle him to the cave. It's crazy. And here's this guy begging Jesus not to hurt him. Listen, he's begging him not to hurt him. Jesus doesn't hurt nobody. I dealt with the same thing kind of too with Margarita. Because of my firmness and because of my voice, my loudness, I guess you say, my anger or whatnot. She said she would be frightened of me. And here it is. This guy, this spirit, right? Saying, don't hurt me. Margarita would say that, don't hurt me. I would never ever put my hands on Margarita. And Margarita, we'd get into arguments here and there, right? She would have me chase, she would run away from me, saying don't hurt her. And I'd be like, what do you mean I'm not going to hurt you? I would never put my hands on you. And she looked at me with her eyes open like I would hurt her. And it scared me because, like, does she really think I would hurt her? And what it is she was so fretful. You know, she's in that fretful state of mind. She's given into that temptation, the evil temptation, right? It's the evil one. It's the evil spirit, you know what I mean? It's playing tricks, you know, and trying to mess things up. He'll do that. He'll do that a lot. He'll do that a lot. Should be afraid of God in a respectful way. It says, Jesus then asked him, what is your name? And he said, my name is Legion, for many demons had entered him. That's why he called himself Legion. And they begged him not to command them to depart into the abyss. So, here is, think about this, right? People believe in karma, right? People believe in cycles, life cycles, right? You live many lives here, spirit-wise, which is true. That's why I'm doing the circle thing, right? That cause and effect will always be that way until that person believes into the higher law. The person that is stuck in this world for all those lives, right? For all that karmic debt, right? For all the bad choices they made, whether it's this life or the past life, right? My past life, the life I'm in now, right? So to speak, right? When you believe in Jesus, you're canceled from all that past karmic debt. You instantly have a relationship with God. Your spirit, your soul, first of all, you're a soul. When you believe in Jesus, you're born of God's spirit. God's spirit enters you. Then you become a spirit. God's spirit. Until then, and before then, you're just a lost soul, wandering around, spiritless. You can't be born with the spirit, filled with God's spirit, with this orange light, until you're till you believe in Jesus. And it isn't just believing. You have to confess. You have to get it out. You have to tell God what it is that you're sorry for. You must ask Him to forgive you, because you have to truly be sorrowful. You must cry at night. You must. I've cried so many nights. I cry all the time. And that's what purifies you. That's what cleanses you as well. Just so everyone knows. The more you can cry to God and ask for forgiveness and tell Him sorry and ask Him to come into your heart and to have Him show you the way, because He will. He'll show you the way. He will. It's His favorite thing to do. Still blows my mind that. So these spirits, man, they begged not to command to depart into the abyss. The spirits begged Jesus not to depart to, into the ocean, not to, not to kill them. So Jesus says, now a large herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside, and they begged him not to let them enter. It says, and they begged him not to let them enter these, so he gave them permission. Then the demons came out of the man and entered the pigs, and the herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and drowned. So here it is, this man, right, being possessed by these spirits, right? They went into the pigs. It's insane that this man that was going nuts, crazy, right? Jesus commanded it, this energy, this flow of energy that the evil one had this man possessed of. He controlled that flow, the evil spirit, into the pigs. And the pigs went crazy and took off. They were frightened. They were fucked up. They were so scared of the situation, fucking frightened, everything, that they killed themselves. They were tormented. They were traumatized. The evil one couldn't traumatize the man no more because Jesus commanded the spirit to leave. So, what was the next best thing? The evil, the animals. And here's the thing too: is the Bible clearly says that the animals have souls but can never receive the Holy Spirit. And neither can clones. If you're a cloned human, you can't receive the Holy Spirit. And there is cloned humans, by the way. Don't think that there isn't. If they can take an egg out of a mother, right? They can take semen. I go take semen, right, and go drop it in a jar, in a culture dish, right? Reading a porn magazine, and then they can go up to a woman and inseminate her. Think about this. They can clone humans, and they clone animals. The Bible clearly says we're an animal, and that God blew His Spirit into us. We're the only living creature on this planet in this universe that God blew His own Spirit into our noses. That means we're the only living animal that He's ever created in the whole universe, in all the universe, in all of the earths, all of the planets. We're the only ones that can consciously think like Him and love like Him. Therefore, other things can be evil as well. We know they can be evil. We know animals can be evil. They eat each other. God cursed the earth to do so. It's only for Him to understand why. The Bible says that the animals once slept together. They used to eat each other. The animals that eat each other now used to sleep together. And they will once again when God delivers and does what it is He plans on doing. It's crazy to think about that. So yeah, these fucking pigs, man, they took off and drowned, dude. They split. So they got to go. I dropped that roach, I think. Yeah, it's right here. I want to light that roach back up. I don't know what the fuck I did with the thing. So these pigs, right? Pigs ain't cheap. You know they were somebody's pigs. It just says the herdsmen, so these herdsmen just lost all their pigs. Like me, I just lost my fucking truck. My job. I went in there today just to recall when that check would come. They said next Tuesday. It's funny how she still has a job, I don't. She learned her lesson though. God uses me for this shit, man. He does this shit all the time to me. I can almost guarantee you, I got this job over there simply for Jesus to use me to show everyone the error, just to straighten that place out, knowing that I wasn't going to stay there long. It's fucked up. I'm used to it. He's been doing this to my life. Listen, he's been doing this to my life constantly, frequently, more than normal. This is why I've been recording. Shit's just unexplainable shit's been happening to me, man. And I'm not the only one. I got tons of videos being sent to me on my emails and stuff. I want to share with people, but I'm nervous to share with people. I don't want people to think I'm making this shit up. I don't know what the fuck I did on my lighter. Where the fuck it go, man? There it is. That's all I gotta do. Lift your butt up. I'm on a smoke from the smoking. All this reading got me, got it wearing out. It's already been 50 minutes. Cool thing is, I already clocked in Planet Fitness, is I don't have to, I can just let the camera roll. I don't gotta scan back in. So I don't have to cancel the, like stop the video, I mean. And go in there and get right to it. I need y'all to donate to my Cash App, man. Anything will help keep me going. I need a little bit of gas money, find a job. I gotta be able to drive. I have to be able to drive. That's the issue. What I really need to do is find a place I can rent from somebody where I can work on this car. Or get that storage unit. One day at a time. I couldn't tell you how important it is to get time to yourself. So when the herdsmen saw what had happened, they fled and told the city, everyone in the city and in the country. It says the people came to see what happened, and they came to Jesus and found the man from whom the demons had gone out, sitting at the foot of Jesus, clothed and in the right mind. And they were afraid. So instead of being happy, right? Instead of being intrigued that this guy is not fucked up anymore, they became afraid of Jesus. They're like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? That's crazy. It says, and those who had seen it told them how the demon-possessed man had been healed. It says, then all the people of the surrounding country of the Gerasenes asked him to depart from their country, for they were seized with great fear. So he got into the boat and returned. Jesus didn't do anything. He just got in the boat, left. He didn't say nothing, anything. He just left. It says, the man from whom the demons had gone begged that he might be with him. But Jesus sent him away, saying, return to your home and declare how much God has done for you. And he went away, proclaiming throughout the whole city how much Jesus had done for him. That's crazy that the whole city, the whole village, the whole town's people told him, get the fuck out of here. You're evil. We didn't want this guy healed. We like things the way they were. You come in there changing shit. That's exactly what it was. As he came in there changing shit. That's exactly what it is. They found comfort in knowing that man was tied up. That's what it was. They found comfort in it. Because they were afraid of that man. And because that man isn't tied up anymore, they were afraid that this man was going to turn back into the man he once was. No faith. No faith in that and another man, let alone themselves. You gotta have faith in yourself before you can have faith in someone else. You can never, ever have faith in someone else if you don't have faith in yourself. So if you don't have faith in yourself, all you're doing when you go around talking negative is ruining people's faith. All you're doing is hurting people's conscience. You're creating a scarred conscience, a guilty conscience, not only for everyone else, because you get them to speak that way, you influence them, and as soon as you influence them and you get them to start speaking that way, they're defiling themselves. Along with yourself. So all the people of the country get asked them apart, you know. It's crazy. So Jesus heals a woman and Jairus' daughter. It says, now when Jesus returned, the crowd welcomed him, for they were all waiting for him. It's crazy. The whole town was waiting for Jesus. And there came a man named Jairus, who was a ruler of the synagogue. So this man was of high status. And falling at Jesus' feet, so here he is on his knees begging, like falling to his feet, crying. He implored him to come to his home, for he had only a daughter about 12 years of age, and she was dying. That's why he's fallen to Jesus' feet. He's begging Jesus to come help. It says, and Jesus went. It says, as Jesus went out, the people pressed around him. They surrounded Jesus. And there was a woman who had a discharge of blood for 12 years. So here is this woman, she's basically going through menopause in a sense. She's bleeding for 12 years straight. She can't have no children. She's fucked up. And here it is, right? All these people, he's leaving and they're being selfish. They're surrounding him, keeping him from leaving. They don't want him to go. They want to keep them for himself, But here's this lady, right? And though she had spent all of her living on physicians, she could not be healed by anyone. So this woman, she knew she's been trying to get healed. She couldn't. It says she came up behind him and touched the fringe of his garment, and immediately her discharge of blood was ceased. And Jesus said, who was it that touched me? Everyone denied. Peter said, Master, the crowd surrounding you and pressing in on you. But Jesus said, someone touched me, for I perceive that power has gone out from me. So, here he is, right? Think about this. They pressed in on him, keeping him from going anywhere. And here it is, right? Her faith was she believed in her head that if I just touch this man's clothes, I'll be healed. Just the power and the belief. It wasn't that the power came from Jesus. Jesus felt the energy. He knew. But it was the faith that healed her. But what? Listen, man. It was the belief that she could be healed, that healed her. It says, when all the crowds denied, Peter said, Master, the crowd surrounding you and pressing in on you. But Jesus said, someone touched me, for I perceive that power has gone out from me. And when the woman saw that she was not hidden, she came trembling and falling down before him, declared in the presence of all the people why she had touched him, and how she had immediately been healed. Jesus said to her, Daughter, your faith has made you well. It's nothing I have done. I'll go in peace. Imagine how she would have felt, how she felt. She learned many, many things that day. Her whole new life, she was completely reborn that day. Not only was she healed from physical infirmities, she found a new life and belief in God. Crazy. It says, while he was still speaking, someone from the ruler's house came and said, "Your daughter is dead. Do not trouble the teacher anymore." But Jesus, on hearing this, answered him, "Do not fear, only believe, and she will be well." And when he came to the house, he allowed no one to enter with him, except Peter, John, and James, and the father and mother of the child as well. And all were weeping and mourning for her. But he said, "Do not weep, for she is not dead, but sleeping." And they laughed at him, knowing that she was dead. But taking her by the hand, he called, saying, "Child, arise." He grabbed this girl that was lying dead on the table, lifted her up, and she stood up. He told her to arise. She rose. And then her spirit returned, and she got up at once. And he directed that something should be given her to eat. To prove that she's alive, she can chew. She's not. And she's dead too. She needs nourishment. She was, And their parents were amazed, but he charged them to tell no one what had happened. It wasn't his time. He told her it wasn't his time yet. He knew that, and what he did too, they would be trying to poke and prod her, test her, you know what I mean? And all this crazy shit, you know what I mean? What the fuck? She's got to be possessed, or all this other stuff. So he told her to keep it on the down low, Means keep it on the down low. If you know what it is I'm saying. Stay low key. That's why I drive a black car. That's why all the cars I've ever built were black other than red. I've had red cars simply because that's just how I ended up getting them. I just never got a chance to paint them. I would have painted them black. If I was going to do what I wanted to do with them. But you want to stay low key, man. You move slow. If they're moving fast, I've mentioned many times, if they're moving fast, most likely they're evil. Watch them. So we're at chapter 9. Jesus sends out the 12 apostles. We're going to stop here. We're going to stop at chapter 9. Nizine. That's what we're doing. And we're going to go into Planet Fitness since we've been here all fucking day. I slept here. I worked out this morning. No, I worked out early this afternoon, then slept. So I put an application in at Marco's Pizza. The 2 Jimmy John's I went to. I got 2 applications. I went to 3 Jimmy John's. I put an application at one. 2 of them, they told me to come back, which one of them is owned by the same owner that I put in the first one. He owns 3 of them that I know of, or 4. Plymouth, Canton, Novi, and I think Farmington maybe. I don't know. But I went to the second one, and it happened to be the same owner, so I didn't fill out an application. I just grabbed another application. I'm just going to wait for him to call. I might go put it in tomorrow. We'll see if I get a phone call. And then the other one, I kind of want to, it's in Canton. And I'm kind of perplexed a little bit because where it's at and what's around it, it has, you gotta remember, I'm staying out of my car right this second, right? Which I'm going to be doing this. I want to get this car set up so I can program out of this car and I can travel chasing storms. I can live stream for everyone and whatnot. And, I can meet up with people and stuff. You guys can start seeing everything daily. This whole car will be getting set up like my boat in a sense. That's why I want to do the car first, so I have an idea of what I'm getting myself into with the boat. That way I don't fuck up the boat. I don't waste that $70,000 I pretty much died for working at Ferris Processing, sorting through all that material. All the cars, shredded material, fluff. I ran that factory, that facility. I was the supervisor there. Shift supervisor. I ran that plant. I ran it. It took a lot out of me. That's how I made all that money, most of it. Large sum of it, about 50 grand of it. The other, about 50 grand. The other 20 I hustled, like the last year or so. Just, cars, car parts, that type of thing. It adds up. It does when you put it away. Helping people work on their cars, that type of thing. Computer work. I've done computer work. Over Facebook Marketplace, selling stuff. All types of stuff, man. Not just car parts. Furniture, clothes, electronics, those type of things. Weapons I keep. I don't sell weapons. I buy them, I just don't sell them. If I come across a weapon, I buy it. And I keep it. I don't sell them. It's very rare I sell a weapon. And it's because of an incident. I had a Ruger 40. It had two. It was a Ruger. It was a 22. It was a 22, looked like a James Bond gun, right? You could take the top off and you could replace the top with the 40. So it was two guns. I only had the 22 part. The 40 part I never had. It was a really unique gun. It looked just like a fucking James Bond gun. I ended up selling it to someone I know. That person kept it in the door. Right here, just like this. Kept it in the door. It was a perfect gun to keep it in the door right there. Because it was a small 22. And you could change it out into a 40, which I was looking for the piece. I could never find one, though. On the internet, you could find it, but, I was young, I wasn't trying to get no... I was trying to find it on the street, alright? We'll leave it at that. But, he had it. And, this guy, he was dating this girl, I forget her name. She had her own little tricking ring going on. She had a little thing set up where, it was her and him. He would take these girls. It was these two girls, a couple more. There was a few of them actually. It wasn't just two. There was a couple. Mostly just the two. They, he would drive them around, and take them to the hotel, and they would put in work. They would sleep, with 5-10 guys a day. $1,000 a piece, type shit. And he'd get paid. He'd get paid right off the top. Well, I sold him that pistol for $200. Long time. This is over 2 decades ago. Almost 2 decades ago now. But it's crazy because one of the girls knew it was in the car. It stayed there. What's crazy too is as I walk up to the vehicle, I fully took it apart and I'm wiping it down I wiped it down completely before I handed it to him. I'm like, he's like, damn, it's like that? He's like, you don't trust me? I'm like, I don't even trust myself, bro. Let alone you. So, this bitch somehow figures out she decides she wants it in her possession in her purse instead of in the car while she's servicing a John. Supposedly, those John wanted her to do stuff that she wasn't comfortable with doing. She asked him to stop. He wouldn't stop. She blew his shit back. I sold that to this man. You get what I'm saying? So this is why I don't sell any weapons. If I ever come across weapons, I'll purchase them just to get them off the street. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'll buy that bitch just to dismantle it, burn that bitch up. I'll go hide it, I'll bury it. That's just how I am now. That's who I am. I don't give a fuck about anything or anybody says. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not gonna go do anything wrong with it. I'm simply getting it so nobody else can get hurt with it because I know I won't do anything wrong with it. God knows that as well. Therefore, I do as I am told, which is God telling me to do this because of stupid people. I grew up on the streets of Detroit. I know what it means to hit fences. I know what it means to pop at people. I've been popped at, and I will pop at you, no problem. Don't think I won't, because I will. We're gonna go inside. Like Egg said, pop a nigga up and act like I never even heard of your man. Because there ain't no such thing as your man's. Your man's is a woman. As soon as that thing pop off, guaranteed. I never had one person stay loyal to me. One. One person that did, I put him out. I put her out. I told her she's got to go. I told her she had to leave. I told Margarita she had to go. She left. It was probably the worst decision I ever made, but also the best. Because the part where it's the worst is it hurts. I've never been in so much spiritual pain, love, pain, suffering, not being with someone or around someone or not knowing if they're okay. That type of thing. I've never experienced this in my life. I've never felt like this with my mom, with my dad, with my brothers, with any woman in any relationship I've ever been with. Even with Chelsea, my longest relationship. I never felt sick like this. It would eventually go away after a couple weeks. It's been over a year since I've seen Margarita. I'm still sick to my stomach about the whole situation and how these women were used and abused and how my family manipulated the whole situation and always have, and how her family does the same, and how we're ripped apart because of all of this. And this is why I told her to go. She had to go. Because it wasn't for her to be with me. That's what everybody's problem is they believe they have to be in a relationship. They believe they have to be with people to be happy. Being with people brings joy, they do. Being with Margarita will bring me joy. I'm sick without her. She has given me a purpose. But it's because of God. God has given me that purpose. Because of what it is we're going through. God brought us together. There's so many things to be spoken about that could be touched on. That it blows my mind that people are like this. That people, they just don't care. My family didn't care what happened to her. Which showed me they didn't care what happened to me. Which I already knew that. When I went to prison for 3 years, not one person contacted me. One, not one. The only person that talked to me was my 2 older brothers' father, which is the same one that just walked out on me because I believe in Jesus, because I told him I love Jesus, and I told him that I'm going to be traveling the world for Jesus, making music for Jesus, and that I'm going to go get Margarita back into my life because she loved me for who I am. And here is this man trying to tell me I'm stupid and I can't do nothing with my life. I'm never gonna make it. No, that's you, dude. You never made it. You've never done anything with your life. You will never have a relationship because that's your belief. That's not my belief. That's your belief. I know God brought Margarita in my life, Margot into my life for us to be together. I know where it is I am going, what it is I am doing every day on a daily basis, and why I do it. Unlike him or many others. And this is everyone out in the world, just like him, trying to tell me Jesus ain't real, or God ain't real, or life ain't real. Alright, bro. Life ain't real, then why the fuck are you here? So sick of people, man. Just so everyone knows, Jesus ain't a religion. Tired of hearing that shit. I don't believe in religion. Well, neither do I. Huh. I don't believe in religion either. Fucktard. We're gonna go. My nose is fucking stuffy. It's from smoking. Oh, Smoko Toko. Which, I should plug this in, to be honest with you, this phone. But, which, I might have to stay here to upload it, because I don't think my brother has any Wi-Fi. Which, this phone, it's stupid. If that phone, the screen is so fucked up, I can't even get the screen to, unlock. If I could get my other phone to unlock for a second, I could probably turn on my hotspot. Which I was actually thinking about just connecting my laptop to the Wi-Fi and then just running the USB cable to my laptop and just uploading with my laptop. Which I can do that. But I don't have that stupid plug-in charger or whatever. I can't find that fucking I don't know what the fuck I did with my AC to DC plug. So my battery on my laptop, once it goes dead, it's dead. I have no way of charging it. Unless I go to my brother's or go to McDonald's or something. So it's that charger is somewhere in my storage unit, and y'all seen my storage unit. It's hit. So that's out of the question right now. What is in the question is workouts. It says 1 hour and 20 minutes, so I think I got like a half hour before this damn video cuts off, so we're gonna go and Planet Fitness. So, your feet, your legs, nobody works them out. Nobody stretches their feet, their legs, man. Nobody. It blows my mind how many people don't do this. I'm back. Y'all alright? That's good. I'm doing well. Like always. I'm getting a lot of copyrights because of this music, but it is what it is. You know what's funny? I forgot my lock in my car, which my stuff is still in the locker. I didn't go get my stuff. I've been doing these videos, not thinking. I bet you my stuff's gone. They stole my pen. I see why they stole my pen, though. I mean, it's a marijuana pen. I doubt they stole my bags. We're gonna go check, though. All they would get is some clothes, some deodorant, and a really cool bag that Margarita has pictures with, which I shouldn't have this camera on because I'm in here, but yeah, we're good. I'm slacking today, man. I've been out of it again today. I've been out of it the last 2 days, man. I want to go on the warpath. I really do. When I tell you I'm on a vendetta, I'm not lying. I'm on a vendetta for Jesus. I really am. All right. See, no, that's not mine. I put mine back. I'm positive I put mine back. Oops. So, ow. Bitch, that hurt, dude. Ah. I don't know what the fuck I just did, but I just pinched my finger and it hurt like a motherfucker. Oh, I forgot my Nimball. We gotta go get the Nimball. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my Nimball. Always forgetting stuff. Uh, I'll be right back. I gotta go out to the car. Dumbass. I haven't used this thing in a while. Comes in handy, this Nimball. I really like it. Fucking expensive though. I couldn't imagine buying them new. You gotta pull on that handle really hard. The driver's door handle's getting worn out. You don't gotta pull on it hard, you gotta be quick with it. What the fuck is this thing? There you are. It's getting cold, man. Top of my car is getting dewy. That's how you know it's getting cold out here. I love these Tootsie Rolls, man. We are here, we are back. I want to go put that back just because I feel like I left it there, but I'm positive I didn't. This thing comes in handy so much. That's how it looks, by the way. So, comes in a box like this usually. I like it, man. I love it. You get this little stand right here. You put this on there, man, and it makes it so much easier doing videos. Just the stand alone right here with the 3 feet. That's what makes all the difference alone. Being able to set the phone down and it be up in the air like this, you know. Also being able to control it. So the reason why I like this Nimball as well is you can actually reverse the joystick. So left is right, right is left, or right is right, left is left. You know, that type of thing. You can flip it. Obviously, you can manually do it. You can automatically do it, and then when you move the phone, right, you move the joystick, the phone stays level like this. So when you turn it on, this goes like this, and then as you move the joystick, this stays level. The phone will stay level. It moves like this. It pivots like this. So that's how you get really, really good video footage. The stabilization that holds the phone stable. So you put the battery part where you plug in your phone, the phone jack, the bottom of the phone sits in this groove right here, and then you just open it like this. I like to put the one side of the phone in like this, and then slap it in like that. Like, That's the best way to do it. Because if you try to slide it out, like if you if you open it like this, right? And then you try to slide the phone down in there like that, what happens is it starts pulling on these rubber pieces and like you can tell it starts coming off. It wants to come unglued. So don't do it that way. Just kind of, put it in and then boom. That's it. And then charge it. It comes with a cable, which is weird. I thought it had a charger, right? And I couldn't find the charger. Like, I don't remember what charger it came with. So like, I have this white charger in there for now, but it never ends up getting charged with it anyways. I always end up charging it with the cigarette lighter or in the house. You know what I mean? With my big ass block or whatever. So, and it does last a while. I don't even know if it's. It's on. It works. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Hopefully, I don't hit the stop button or the power button. I recommend getting if you get one of these. I recommend putting the counterweight on immediately, just gluing it. Because you're gonna end up using more than one phone or two phones anyways, usually. And the weight of the phones it's the Nimball acts funny if you don't have that counterweight on there, if the phone's too heavy, or if you have like a phone case on the phone. A lot of times that's what it does. Is the phone case makes the phone too heavy. It makes it too bulky. You can't get the phone in the Nimball, so make sure you look for like a thinner phone, like an iPhone or a thinner Android. And I would super glue the counterweight on like I did. The sticky pad isn't enough. If you're if you're rough on things and hard on things like me, super glue it. You'll be happy you did. And you gotta eat a shitload of Tootsie Rolls. I ate handfuls of these when I was there. It's bad. Simply because I love chocolate. Gets endorphins flowing, that type of thing. So this is the number one thing people don't do. They need to do, and people don't do it. Take your shoes off. Walk on a hard surface like this floor right here. And socks to your bare feet. That simple. Go get some weights. 8, 10s, 20s. I usually do 220s. Walk around here. When you do it, lift up your calves. You want to walk on a flat surface. You want to get out of your shoes. Your shoes are great and all for getting around, not getting your feet hurt. Stepping on things, right? Terrible for your back, terrible for your body. It doesn't. There's pressure points in the bottom of your feet, those pads. When you're wearing your shoes, those pressure points ain't getting pressure on them, which stimulate your body, which releases chemicals, those different type of things. So That's why it's so important to walk. Um, take your socks off as well. Ground yourself out on the ground, in the grass, in the dirt. Let's do this a lot, periodically. That's what other people, they don't do. They're not part of nature. They're not part of the earth. They don't understand these things. The Bible says, from the ground you came, the ground you will go. You gotta ground yourself out to the earth. But it's this simple. It's literally just simple, just walking. That simple. You'd be surprised. Take your shoes off. Go for a walk around the block without my shoes on. Obviously, if you're in a cold climate, you can't do that. That's why I'm at Planet Fitness in a sense. I'm showing people you can still do this even in the winter climate. That's why I started coming here all the time. It's getting cold. I would like to go to other places that might be free. Like if I had a Livonia address, right? I could go to Livonia Civic Center, work out for free. They have a pool there, all types of stuff there. So, you can use those type of places as well. But you want to get weight in your hand. Um, I couldn't tell you how important it is to get weight. Um, Not to the point where you're straining yourself or hurting yourself, but you want to get some weight. So since I have the camera, right, we're gonna act like the camera is the other dumbbell, and we're just gonna hold this in the middle. So as I walk, let's see, you're just gonna do the calf stretches. That's all you're doing is these. Just put weight in your hands. Just when you're walking, just up. Just lift your body up. Just stand like a ballerina. That's it. And try to go as high as you can. Like when you do it, I mean, extend your toes as far as you can. Like get up there for sure. I know you can't really see. I'm gonna put this down on the stand. Show everyone. Go grab another dumbbell. Y'all can just watch me walk around, I guess. So most of it, most of it is just walking around. I'm telling you. Just grab 220s. Walk around. So the next 6 months, um, as I make these videos, right? As I get equipment and whatnot, so everyone's on the right page with me, same page with me. Maybe they can start with me. This is also why I'm doing this. I'm gonna be showing everyone how to physically get fit in a sense, with my own workout routine that isn't hard. This routine is basically, um, it can be used for anyone that have physical ailments or problems. Anybody that you know, I'm trying to show everyone that you don't have to go out to work out and pump a bunch of fucking weight. You don't have to go out and fucking, you know what I mean, do all these crazy things to get fit. And that's what people have in their head. They have in their head that it takes so much work to get healthy, and it does take a lot of work, but it's not what people think. they blow it. It's way blown out of proportion. People they act. Listen, man, it's not hard to go out and do these things. It's really not. This is why I'm showing everybody. So it feels so good to listen. After about a month or two doing all this stuff, and you start getting in the routine, not only does it make you sleep better, you feel better, you have more energy. It gives you something to do. You begin to enjoy life. Um, it brings enjoyment back into life, um, physically as well as spiritually and mentally. Because physically, you're working out all those chemicals, endorphins, and all those. We can put so many different names and so many different things that our body are chemically made up of, right? Um, Female or male, right? But you know, it isn't just the heart. It's the whole body. People, if they don't feel good physically, right? They're sorrowful, right? They want to go do things like other people are doing, right? So this is why I'm doing this as well, to show everyone, whether you're a big dude or a big woman or you're a small person, you can at least stretch. Everyone can stretch. I don't care who you are. Even if you're somewhat in a wheelchair, you can stretch your line. You know what I mean? You can stretch, which will be doing that as well. I do that a lot. I do that more than anything else. I do that more than I do this, which I do this to the point of exhaustion, death. So if I do the reading more than this, you can only imagine how intelligent I am when it comes to reading. Um, yeah, so you just, well, let's do this. It's really the circle, that's it. That's it. And I recommend going backwards. I do it all the time. I don't just go backwards, I go from side to side, backwards. I'll do it this way. It's for balancing, for mind control, everything. The reason why I do different ways backwards for, not just sit in one spot, is when you're moving in ways you're not used to. Not only is it helping with balancing and whatnot, you're rewiring different circuits in your brain, new circuits in your brain, you're clicking on new cells that haven't been clicked on. That's why it's so awkward to do it. That's why it's so hard to do it, because your body, that cell hasn't been activated yet. You got to learn how to activate it. That's why, like, I write my right hand a lot. I've been practicing writing my left hand a lot. It activates the other side of the brain. You want to do these as well. I like to do these as well. But then I go to the side, I go, yeah. You'd be surprised at all the, you'd be surprised at how much it helps doing all these different ways. You wouldn't think that just going to the side would help, but it does. Pivot if you want. Pivot. gotta do those. Also, these are very important. Take the leg, stretch. You wanna hold it. I like to hold it to my chest, but wherever you're comfortable, some people can't hold it to the chest. You know, it's uncomfortable for them. But I like to hold it to my chest. I get more out of it. There's more weight, you know. You want to stretch right here. You gotta keep that stomach tight. The whole point of this, really, is so we can lay flat. We can touch our toes, and we can put our head on our legs. I'm not there yet. Um, if you're there, that's amazing. Um, but that doesn't mean that you've got that crystals, that fluid released. But you can't release it unless you do this. So, um, if you are reaching, touching your head to your knees, you're there. You're mostly there. A lot of times I'll just hang. Listen, I'll just hang. It's so good for you. It hurts at first, but listen, you gotta keep your stomach tight. You gotta keep your stomach tight. You gotta keep your leg, lock your legs up. This right here should be tight. Tight, tight. Right here, tight. And then your neck, you gotta keep your chin to your chest. It should hurt. Listen, the stretching should burn. It should burn like a bitch. And then you wanna do these. Stretch out the sides. It hurts like a bitch. Oh, right here, right here. This is gonna be the most beneficial thing to you out of anything else you can do. It's the most painful, but you gotta do this all day. Listen. All day, I'm beating up my back right there, my lower back. That's what you gotta work on your whole life. Listen, your whole grind right here, your reproductive system right here, and your back, right, all right here is your core, right? You gotta get, you gotta get it out. You gotta renew it. You gotta beat it up. You gotta strengthen it. You gotta strengthen it. You gotta get this. You got to. It's the only way to get that is working out, doing this. You gotta do those stretches as well. You gotta do those stretches where you lay on your back. I'm gonna be doing a lot more for you guys real soon. It's getting 2 hours and I'm getting tired actually. I've been doing this all day and my phone has been messing up. So, I hope you guys had a good night or I hope you guys having a good day. I'm doing well. Everything was fine. Um, I got a lot to do tomorrow. Try to find a job and whatnot, make some money. So, I hope y'all liked the video. I hope y'all like the studies. I'm gonna go ahead and plan on some actual real workout routines and show you the things that I actually do, but in a way that is more like a set routine, instead of what it is I just been showing you guys. But everybody does their own thing anyways. So, but I would like to have some type of routine, I can show people. put something together, like take all the stuff I do and kind of make like a 10-minute video maybe or two, for people to improve their life, right? I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go spend time with God. That's what it is. Margaritas in my mind, magos in my mind. I want to go spend time with him and her in a sense, right? God bless you all.